Hi, today we're doing the lumbar spine. We're looking at range of motion to begin with. So, quick screening test. I learned this from the SFMA. I'll get you to put your feet together, Danny. And what I want you to do is to reach your hands up and then try and lean back as far as you can. And what you're looking for is an even curvature of the spine. The hips should go in front of the toes. And so what you can see with Danny is even where the crease is, he's creasing because he's probably not moving through his lower lumbar spine, and there's not a lot happening through his thoracic spine either. So it's a really quick screening test that'll give you a bit of an indication about what you might want to look for. Also keeping your feet together. The instruction is I want you to try and touch your fingertips to your toes. What we're looking for here, making sure they're not straightening their knees, bending their knees, sorry. And we're looking for a nice even curve, and he should be able to touch his toes. So what you can see with Danny is that he's using a lot of his thoracic spine. There's not much flexion, or really no flexion through his lumbar spine. For Danny to be able, or for me to be able to measure that, I'll get you to do that one more time, Danny. Okay, and then bring his hands in, and so that's 2/3 of your shin. So then I would write that in the notes as 2/3 tibia. And also Danny's been able to see where he's at. And the thing I would ask, just one more time for the video, Danny, that's 2/3 down your shins. You should be able to touch your toes. What's stopping you?
Calves.
Calves. So you feel really tight through there, do you? Okay, great. Now, looking inside, looking at side flexion or lateral flexion, feet together and sideways. And what we're going to be measuring is fingertips to the knee crease. So you need to probably have them in some shorts to see that. You definitely need to have their shirt off. You're also looking at the spine for the quality of the movement. So again, there's not much flexion happening, lateral flexion happening through here or the lower limb. It's all happening here. What things to look out for is patients will sort of cheat and go further, but they're not really doing pure lateral flexion. And obviously we look at the other side as well. So Danny, that's one finger away from your knee crease. What's stopping you going any further? Okay, cool. So just something in there is blocked?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's have a look at lateral flexion. While he's in standing, I'll look at combined flexion, lateral flexion. A really quick and easy way to do that. If you just turn to your side again, sorry to make you move around. Normally I'd move around, but just for the video. Feet together. Put both hands, one hand on top of the other. And put your hand on the side of your leg and try and reach down the side of your leg as far as you go. Okay, so Danny's demonstrating lack of full range of motion. Well done, thank you for pretending. If we do the other side just for the video, and the way we measure it is looking at, he should be able to get to his ankles. So we then classify that one more time. Half tibia. And that's a combined movement, so that's what you look at. If you had full flexion, full lateral flexion, then you'd look at having full combined flexion, lateral flexion. Sitting down, I'll get you to sit on the bed here. And the last thing we look at is, or the second last thing is actually his rotation. So hands across your shoulders like that. Tapping your shoulders helps, don't have to explain to the patient what to do. And then rotating. But again, what we're looking for is the shoulder. Sorry about that noise. And full rotation is going around to 90 degrees. So, Danny, that's fantastic. You've got full range. What do you feel at the end there?
Not going further.
Yeah, well, it's good. It's nice and springy. So you don't have to bash your patients all the time. Okay, that way's full fist, Danny. What do you feel stopping you there? Okay, so there's something there that's stuck. Could you lie down on your tummy? So the last one's looking at his extension. We've screened it standing up, but to measure it, you need to do it prone. So, trick with this is to actually make sure your hand's on the sacrum. So you find L4, you come down L5, and then you're onto his sacrum. Now we want to wind up the soft tissue, because if I just put my hand there and push, by the time I've pushed, I'm actually now on L5. So, making sure I'm on the sacrum, back of my hand, winding up the soft tissue, and you see now I'm actually sitting on his sacrum and I'm not going to slip because the skin's holding me. And then I'm blocking him, and thumb should be in line with the tips of the shoulders, and then Danny will get you to try and push backwards. Nice. Okay, so first thing I probably wouldn't block it, but if you go back down again, just do that one more time. First thing is just look at the quality. You can see a crease here and you can see no movement through his lower lumbar spine and very flat through there. So although he's getting pretty good range, you can see he's cheating a little bit, his hips are coming off. If you go back down again. Okay, just do that slowly now. Yeah, so if you feel, just go back down again slowly, Danny. Push back again, stop, there. Feel when you start lifting me off there? Not really? Okay, so try and push back. I'll stop him even harder. See how he can't get his arms straight unless I really block him? So that's 9/10. So he's actually got really good quality of movement, but he's making it up through basically his upper lumbar spine. The lower lumbar spine not moving terribly much. So that's how we measure range of motion in the spine.